Hi YouTube, my name is Michelle and I am back again with the remainder of my video. In this video I was heading up to Moreton Bay, just touring the St. Thomas area, and this is the Yalis area. I ended my previous video right here, but Yalis Bay is the hub for jerk chicken, a great nightlife, especially during the weekend. It has several pharmacies, supermarkets, restaurants. A Chinese restaurant is there. The food is really good, and I did feature a gentleman who is a returning resident. He has been in Jamaica for the past 23 years. So we briefly talked in the previous video before this, but I really want to touch on a very important topic. So I am going to continue with my voiceover because I really and truly want to touch on this very important topic. It's just the truth about why many people who have migrated refuse to come back to Jamaica. So a lot of Jamaicans really dream of coming back home, to be honest with you, because I am one of those people. We miss the food, we miss the culture, the freedom, the sunshine, the people, family and friends. We don't feel as if we're walking on eggshells in Jamaica. But coming back to Jamaica is not something you should do emotionally. Yeah, it all has to be strategic. A great plan must be put in place. Some people retire and come back peacefully. Others come back and struggle financially, struggle with health care, struggle with safety issues, and regret rushing the decision as well. So guess what? In this video and for the rest of the journey, let's talk honestly about how to return to Jamaica safely and comfortably. Jamaica is beautiful, but it is not easy financially. I can tell you that I left Jamaica some years ago because of financial difficulties. Many people abroad underestimate how expensive Jamaica has really become. Cost of living is high, electricity is so expensive, groceries are expensive, healthcare is expensive, security cost, money, transportation, whether you drive your own car or you take public transportation, it can be expensive as well. I remember when I went to Montego Bay when my grandfather was in the hospital, I tried to rent a few furnished apartments, and the furnished apartment prices weren't too bad. However, in order to use the AC, the gentleman who I was trying to rent the apartment from, he said that there would be an extra cost of $25,000 just to use the air conditioner. So what about the days when I'm not there? What about the days when I fly overseas? It's just it's one payment. I can't say, okay, I'm not gonna be there for a couple of days, so I'm not gonna pay the $25,000. Yeah, he said to also use the washing machine, that would incur an additional $25,000. So things can be expensive in Jamaica as well. Thank goodness I got a very, very nice apartment. Me and this young lady used to work together. She lives in the States right now, and she built a really nice place. It's attached to her, the house or her apartment is actually in a family yard. But you know what? I felt secure while I was there. I was able to use the air conditioner. One was in the bedroom and one in the living room. I was able to use them, and she didn't charge me anything extra. I said, you know what? If anybody get that apartment, because I left on May the 1st, they will be happy. She's a reasonable young lady as well. Yeah, so transportation, I have to touch on that because to refill my tank, I put 90 in it, and to fill my tank, I drive a Hyundai SUV. Just to fill it up, it's somewhere close to $13,000. So it is very expensive. It's easier to to use public transportation, but think about the discomfort, and sometimes you want to go about your business and you have to stand there and wait for vehicles, and many people, the taxes are so, and and it's not just you alone. It's not like Uber where it's just you alone in that public transportation. Sometimes you're being so uncomfortable sitting beside other passengers. You know what I'm saying? The inconvenience. And many of us from the United States, or who have lived there long enough, we're just not used to that anymore. Coming back to Jamaica because you're frustrated overseas might not be enough. Missing Jamaica might not be enough. You need a real plan. You need to have savings, passive income, pension for those people who have worked in Jamaica for some years and then migrated. If there was NIS being deducted from your account, from your salary when you return. Once you are a retiree, you can file for your pension. I have to think about rental income as well, in case you rent. Remote work, I would say do a remote job if you can get it. Just have some type of business ideas as well. Not everybody wants to work for somebody, but if you're retired, some of these should not even be on your list. Anyways, also the place that you grew up may not be the same anymore. Some rural communities have changed. Crimes increase in some areas, even though, believe me, the government is really working on things to change the crime rate, and it has. I think last year, based on statistics that I have checked, the crime rate was only 800. Can you believe it? Many old neighbors may have moved away as well. Some areas become isolated and some become overpopulated. Emergency response may be difficult because, as I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, that where I live right now in St. Thomas, the hospital is about 30 minutes away from where I live. That's the Princess Margaret Hospital. And then say I were to go to Kingston, that's another 25 minutes. So, it's like I'm in the middle of nowhere. So these are some things that returning residents, it's key as returning residents, it's important when we're coming back, or when returning residents are coming back, to check crime levels. Spend time in the area first before deciding that that's where you want to live permanently, because you may have been raised in that community. Your parents or your family members may have left a piece of land for you, and then you migrated and you're thinking of coming back to build a house. Maybe that area is no longer safe for you, right? I encourage returning residents, especially retirees, to focus on areas close to hospitals, close to areas with supermarkets, close to areas with dental offices, where you can get quick services. If you have a nice piece of land in a rural area, I would suggest at least sell it and buy something closer to the town. I know not everybody wants to live close to the town, but just for a more comfortable and peaceful life. Also, gated communities is also a thing these days. If you want to feel safe, you might want to look into a gated community. However, some of these gated communities, they are very, very expensive. For example, I have a friend who bought an apartment complex in Kingston, and she has to pay $34,000, that's Jamaican dollars, per month for HOA fee, and $300,000 per year for insurance. Think about that. That's somewhere over $500,000 per year. So even after she's done paying off her unit, she will still have to pay more than $500,000 per year to keep that place going. To me, that's rip-off. I always said I'd rather get a piece of land and build my own house, because I am not going to continue for the rest of my life to pay HOA fees. I was just watching a video of a lady saying that she's a slave in Canada, and she's tired of it. But the same thing is happening in Jamaica. You have to be smart. As I said, you have to come with a plan. Otherwise, you're going to be overwhelmed. Returning residents, retirees, you have to live close to medical facilities, more so a hospital, because hospitals are free. I know it's a pain, a headache to even go to clinics here as well, because some people have back pain and it doesn't make sense. They go to sit in a clinic for the entire day. I brought my brother to a medical center the other day, a doctor's office, and he spent at least 5 hours in there. That's a private doctor's office. So think about a government clinic for an elderly person. It doesn't work like that in the United States. You go in and you're out. No long things. So these are some of the things that causes returning residents to think twice about coming home. It's not that they don't want to come home, It's not like they don't want to get out of the cold, right? Some of them are stuck in a house. They can't even walk around. They can't even go to the fence and call to their neighbors. It's not like Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? But these are some things why returning residents are thinking twice about coming home. So I have to make that clear, right? Sell your piece of land if you live up into the hills and go a little bit closer to the town. Now they have rolled in Uber into places like Kingston and Montego Bay, but again, those fares are so expensive, very expensive. Anyways, so road access is another thing. Can you see the roads? I have driven on some of these roads and they are deplorable. Thank goodness that they have fixed the main road. It's the Paul Bogle Highway. That road from Kingston to St. Thomas it looks good, I won't lie. So that has been fixed. Okay, you have to think about, if you're gonna even build a house, you have to think about security cameras, grills. I don't like the idea of grills. I feel like I'm locked into a prison, right? I just bought a portable AC unit and I was trying to install it into a room and I could not, because the grills were just right there and I just could not install it. I don't like the idea of grills, but if you like the idea of grill, why not? Also, motion lights. My dad has motion lights around his house. Okay, I really, I dig that. I like that as well. Neighborhood watch is a thing as well. Or if you can get a trusted taxi driver, because some people are just greedy. Some people, they know that you return and they'll try to take every dime that you have. Water tanks, generators, just because every now and then water gone and light gone. It's not as prevalent as it was before. Things are much better, totally better than many years ago, But I'm going to go back on this though. Some benefits of the gated communities, even though the HOA fee might be high if you bought something. Well, if you rent the unit, some of the owners still have you paying the mortgage, which includes the HOA fee. So it's best if you even buy something. But, security is there, backup water is there, maintenance, cleaner surroundings, and it's overall easy for elderly people as well, But the downside of it, the fees are high, restrictions, smaller living space, rising maintenance costs, keeps going up, like my friend that I mentioned earlier. Her fees just keep going up for no reason. She wanted to file a claim on some damages that she sustained at the unit, and it didn't happen. It didn't work. She had to make the payment, even though she's paying such high HOA fees. Anyways, living independently in a peaceful area close to town is ideal, trust me, and installing your own security system as well, because that's something that I am planning to do. Healthcare is one of the biggest issues, as I mentioned before. Many people don't think about healthcare until there's an emergency. As I said, Medicare generally does not cover healthcare in Jamaica. Medical emergencies can be expensive if you don't go to the hospital. Private healthcare moves faster than public healthcare, and some rural clinics are limited, because I had to take my mom to a clinic the other day, and the one that was in the area, in the Yellows Bay area, well, the Baptist area, it's no longer there. It's very far away. I think it's in the Landui area. Landui, I believe. Very far. I could not believe it. I was driving forever and the roads were so narrow. I remember I encountered a truckman who was giving me hell. He wanted me to go over to the side where he should drive on, because it was closer to a cliff, closer to a precipice, I would say. And I was like, why you want me to go over on your side? And the man started cuss and go on, but him not even say, because the truck is heavy, it has enough load. It's just a normal thing for us to ask. Our drivers don't know, so I just let the thing go. We drive closer to the mountain, and the smaller vehicles stay closer to the cliff side. And the guy didn't explain anything to me. It was somebody, a taxi driver, who drove up behind me and asked me to just go over on the other side. And I asked him why, and he told me. But the other guy, he wasn't telling me a thing. It was my first time driving on that road, and I did not know why he was sending me over to the precipice area. Who knows? He could have just explained to me. And when the taxi driver explained, I said, okay, all right, that makes sense. I wish he had said something to me. But he fan me way. Go over there, sir. Go over there, sir. Can you imagine some people just behave illiterate, yes, man? If me catch him, I just conk him on the forehead. Anyways, that was that. So yeah, man, the clinic did the far, and it is still there. They refurbished the old clinic, and up until now it can't open. So people have to go all far. You know how much you go up there? I think a $500 for fare, for taxi fare, if you go all the way up there. So Landui, when somebody could have just take one little taxi and go right down here, Sonora Baptist. Yeah. So I don't know what the government is doing, I really don't know what the government is doing. You don't want to live like 2 hours away from the nearest hospital at all, especially if you're older. You know what I'm saying? Boy, you need to live close to hospitals, pharmacies, labs, because sometimes when you go see the doctor give you people to go to labs to do blood tests. It's not like in the States where everything is done at the same place. Well, kind of. When you go to the ER, they do everything at the same place. But if you go to your local doctor, they'll definitely refer you to somewhere else. But it is easily accessible in the States than here. See, for example, being here in St. Thomas, and the doctor gives me a document to do a referral to go do some blood test or ultrasound or something. I may have to go all the way to Martin or all the way to Kingston. Jamaica has a long way to go. I tell you, yes, I think you really need these are some reasons why these retirees refuse to come back to Jamaica. I came back in August 2025. I came to Jamaica to buy a piece of land. I went to Montego Bay because I left Montego Bay I lived in Montego Bay before I migrated to the United States. And I said, after I got out of the military, I said, you know what, I want to go back to Montego Bay to live. But it was a good thing that after I realized that my grandfather needed help, I went back to Jamaica. My overall plan was to, after I went to Montego Bay in August of 2025, was to go back to the States, finish my degree, and make a solid plan of my return to come back to Jamaica. But when I realized that my grandfather was going through elder abuse under the hand of a JP, under the hands of a JP, unfortunately, I had to pack my stuff and return to Jamaica within 2 months. So all the plans that I had before, my dear, I could not execute those plans at all. So I came without a good plan. It was just before, it's the same month when Hurricane North happened, and I am telling you, I suffered. I spent millions of dollars because I rented a whole two-bedroom apartment, bought new furniture, sold my vehicle in the United States, and I bought the vehicle in Jamaica. But I'm telling you, when Hurricane came, my life was so bad. It was so horrible. Yeah, and I came to so coming to Jamaica, you have to come with a solid plan. For retirees, you just gotta come and live close to all these facilities. That's it. You got to. For younger people who want to return, who have not yet retired, you gotta come, or you have to make sure that you secure a job, right? Or if not, you might have to stay at, say, a family member place. Can't stay there too long, though. It's basically the same in the States. When you're in the States, say I live in the States, or let me not use myself. When a person goes to the United States, staying with a family member or a friend for 2 weeks is the ideal time, because after that, people start show them real colors, or people start to get frustrated. It's basically the same in Jamaica. Come from foreign, you come back, you live at your mother's house, you depend on your mother, your father, your siblings, them. Everybody have bills to pay, everybody have their own life. So you have to come back and make sure at least come with some money for help around until you finally get a job, and then you go up on your own. Make sure you have a good job, because if you're paying bills and then you lose your job, it's difficult to catch up. You have so many young people keep moving from one house to the next because they cannot maintain, they cannot keep up with their bills, they can't keep up with rent, they can't keep up with utility bills, because sometimes the jobs are not solid, they get kicked out of the job or just something. So you're not retired and you want to come back. I mean, you don't have any income. You don't have any income. You want to go back to work. Make sure you make that plan. Make sure you secure a job before coming. Or again, if you stay with a family member, make sure you find something real quick and get your own place. Yeah, but yeah, you gotta really think about it. Like me being here right now, I came before the time, and grandfather finally, well, I shouldn't use the word finally, grandfather passed away, and I'm looking to put him to rest at this time. And then I am using my house in the United States as an investment property, using it as an Airbnb investment for now. In the meantime, I'm staying at my father's house. But I'm a grown woman, almost reached 50. How long will my father want me to be in his house, right? There's a very nice land close by, and I would definitely like to buy that piece of land there and build a house on it. But at the same time, me being at my father's house, I get income because I have retired already because of an injury that I sustained on my hand while I was in the military. So I'm not like just being here and not doing anything, right? I cook for my dad. I cook for the household, my dad and my brothers. I make sure to clean the house, right? I clean the yard. The place looks really, really good. I keep everything up and running, and money's coming from my own pocket too, right? Money I buy grocery all the time. I make sure food is always in the house. Yes. So if you come back and you decide to stay at a family member house, make sure that you are contributing. You're not going to kill yourself now with work, but make sure you're not lazy and take some money out of your pocket. Not just come back to Jamaica without a plan. It's so important. Yeah, man. Definitely had to talk about that for real. There are people with like people who are at risk for heart attack, stroke, diabetes, blood pressure, and those things are very common in the older folks, and that's the reason why I said it's very important to live close to a hospital. Very, very important. Like keep emergency contacts for a hospital, or make sure you have a family member who can help you to get to the hospital in case something happen. Make sure if you have a transportation, it's reliable, and it's somebody to drive you there to the drive you to the facility as well. See if you can get insurance coverage if you can for younger or older. Many times a retiree will not be qualified to get insurance. You know what? If you're younger and planning to return before retirement, your experience will be completely different. Job scarcity, low salaries, favoritism, networking culture, overqualification issues, because I know people who left college and still cannot get a job. They go on multiple interviews and were told that they're overqualified. You know what I'm saying? Lack of response from employers. I can tell you, for me, I know I'm qualified. I applied to PICA. I felt idle, honestly, and I applied to PICA. That's the Passport and Immigration Office. And them not even respond to me. They not even acknowledge me, and I am qualified. Another job post I saw, and I said, no, let me apply to it for to work in a healthcare center in Trelawney. And when I sent my resume, they sent back and said, oh, you don't have the qualification that we're looking for. We need CXCs. What about people who have a high school diploma and they have a degree from overseas? Say the child left here, or the person left here when they were young and they go overseas, and what they have is a high school diploma and a degree. I have a degree, but they're telling me that they need CXCs. What? Jamaica backward, man. No, man. Jamaica backward. So even with qualification and overseas experience, some returning residents struggle to get jobs because the system doesn't always recognize foreign credentials the same way at all. Okay, so I said I would continue this voice over what's right. You see right here, this is Marantby, and that monument that you just saw towards the left, that is where the Paul Bogle statue was. I am asking the member of parliament or those who are responsible, what happened to the statue? What a god darn shame. Where the statue there? No, man, the statue of Paul Bogle is supposed to be there. Look at the courthouse behind it. This historic building should be of high significance. And look how it's overtaken with bush. No, sir. What's really going on? What's really and truly happening? What taxpayer dollars really do? I don't want to know. I need to go do one research about that. What is the taxpayers' money doing? I mean, now I have to hear say to make no road because the road don't make already. And then the minor road them in a state of disaster. What is the money doing? Is it paying for a free hospital care? Oh, that is one. Yes, I have to give that to them. Free hospital care. My grandfather got free hospital care while he was at the Cornwall Regional Hospital, even though I had to pay for blood to be sent overseas at one point for testing. But yeah, this monument, that tall monument over there, this is saying it's the Great War. So the English, and I need to do my own research. There was a great war between, and the gentleman who was escorting me around, I was asking him a few questions. I said, that great war, because you see all the names on the monument of those who were involved in that great war, and it's only English name. So I was asking, who were these English people fighting? Were they fighting the slaves? Because if they were fighting the slaves, listen man, a time flick down the monument there, right? Or move the inscription of those names and put the names of the slaves who were fighting for freedom on it. So, sound passionate, eh? I sound really passionate. Yeah, but I kind of feel some way, man, that the Paul Walker statue is no longer there. Yeah. Anyways, I keep going on and on. Messages, the video is pretty long, but I just really and truly wanted to talk about the issues of why people are afraid to come back. Issues like that stress mark in my forehead. I was just pointing it out there in the video. It's a frown line down the center. It's a vertical line between my eyes. Stress. Anyways, Jamaica has potential. Really, for fact, it really has potential. I see some good member of parliaments, and there's only so much they can do without money if the money is not allotted properly, right? And for returning residents, community matters. Loneliness affects returning residents as well, because at one point I felt so lonely, even though I have friends. To be honest, I was just locked up in the house because I don't go out to work. And many come back expecting old friends, and them old friends dead. Enough of them dead, or them gone a different country, or them moved gone to some other parish. Some people change because changes are inevitable in life. Change. Things, time and people change over time. Family dynamics change, just like my brother passed away. 2 brothers are here. There's a sister overseas, another brother overseas, a sister here who doesn't care to communicate with me, unfortunately. A lot of these things happen. Some returnees become targets because people think that them have money, But what can really help? What is really encouraging? Joining churches, getting involved in community groups, volunteering. I remember I was watching a video of a lady who returned, and she was in the Falmouth area, and she said she volunteered so much until she ran out of money and she had to return to the United States. We have to be smart, man. We've got to be wise as well, and it's important to build trust and friendships slowly. Yeah, Jamaica can absolutely be a beautiful place to return to, but paradise without preparation can quickly become pressure. Come home with wisdom. Come home with a plan. Come home prepared. Not do like me. Well, the circumstances caused me to come home. Circumstances caused me to come home because I really wanted to come in 2027. That would have been next year, but I had to come and take care of my grandfather. Don't make emotion rule you. Be financially stable, mentally stable, and physically stable. Yes. So anyways, I'm gonna cut it here. This is very long. This is over 1 hour. I think I'm gonna cut this video into two clips. Yeah. Lord, this is long already. Anyways, yes, this is the Mark Bay area, and yes, I went over there, and then after I left this area in Mark Bay, I went to License, where I was born, at the Princess Margaret Hospital. I went by the beach, lovely beach, I tell you. Yes, but I will finish up in another video because this is long enough, but I really said some things that were on my mind. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video when I post them. Thanks for watching. I see 61 subscribers and I want to say thank you because I'm trying to become a content creator, you know. Yes, man, it's the in thing these days, and I'm trying to put out good content as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye for now.